Oh, it's so squeaky. Today's video is brought to you by Mr. Squeaky Chair. Oh yeah, sure, you don't want to squeak as much now. Oh, there it is. Oh, and a nice coffee. It's bigger than my head. I thought I'd film in front of my computer today. Just because I thought I'd film in front of my computer and desk today because it's where I usually sit anyway to upload videos, so why should I bother cleaning my room or make my bed in order to sit on it? Today I wanted to talk about a couple things. So last Wednesday I saw my doctor in Toronto, and then I also had my implant adjusted. So I'll just kind of walk. I didn't film. I thought I would have the balls to like say something and be like, can I film? But it was, the guy who was doing the adjustments was new. I hadn't met him before, and I didn't really feel all that comfortable asking him if I could just start filming. It was just, it's so awkward, and it's like, we're in like a little corner of a room, and he's just like sitting beside me, and he's holding like a little, I've got the thing on my rear, and it's a little thing attached to this big device that he uses to control the settings, and like it's a little awkward, and like he asked me where I feel it, so like I didn't really feel like filming that after all. But he did change all 4 settings, which is the normal procedures. He changed, there's 4 settings on the lead on your sacral nerves, so he adjusted all those. But before he did, he said something like he said that the settings it was on was pretty good. And I was like, that's nice. They're not working very well. So I thought that was kind of funny, but he adjusted them. So now, if anyone who has interest in, I'd like to hear what you think about the stimulation in the comments, because sometimes I have no one to talk to about this. Not many people sort of like comment on this sort of stuff, but essentially when I feel the stimulation, it sometimes feels just like bubbles, and that may sound a little bit gross in comparison to where it is. It kind of feels like little bubbles, or even like a constant little, like little stimulation. But like for the most part, sometimes it just feels like little bubbles, which is not a bad thing because they're not going anywhere, like they're not actually air. It's just the way the stimulation works. So I feel that now closer to the urethra, which is kind of interesting in like where I was feeling it before. So it's kind of like moved from like the anal region to like my urethra. So it's like on like a little on its own little journey of stimulation. That being said, that's probably far too much information for anyone. When I saw my doctor after that, I hadn't seen him since my last appointment with him, I think, was in May. At the time I had told him it was kind of working, which you might remember in one of my videos or vlogs, that I hadn't wet the bed like 3 nights in the past month of that, since getting the revision surgery. So when I came back to him this past Wednesday, he was hoping to hear something like good, and I was just like, not really working, like I'm not having any success stories so far. And his major, now this is interesting, his major concern was that I wasn't staying on the programs long enough, which I'm starting to realize that might be, it might be more like a good mind space for me as well, just to have the idea that maybe I am not staying, like I thought a month or 2 was long enough per program. At one point I thought just like a couple days was long enough, and then it was a couple weeks, and now it's like a month or 2. So when I wasn't actively switching them. I was just kind of like living my life, whatever program it was on sometimes, and then sometimes I would switch it. So he was just saying that maybe not to, because I wouldn't go see him back in 6 months. So in this time frame of which I've seen him now, and then March, I'm gonna try and go through these 4 programs really slowly. I haven't changed the program that I was left it on. I've just increased it like twice, I think, but not like by a lot. But whenever I can feel comfortable, because they want you to feel it all the time, and that's been my biggest issue, is I don't always feel it all the time. So I've been steadily like increasing certain programs. So I left the appointment feeling pretty good, because what he had said essentially was he's feeling more confident that it'll work if I just remain on a program and let it just kind of get used to it. Like he's not, I'm glad that he's not like out of like I don't think he's, I wouldn't say he's out of options, but I'm glad he's not like feeling defeated like I am. That would be kind of a, I wouldn't say it's a bad doctor, but I would also be like, that's an honest doctor. He seems to be pretty, I guess confident is the right word. He seems pretty confident that it will work as long as I give it a chance, a longer chance per setting, and as long as I'm feeling it. He also mentioned to kind of, well, when I go see my doctor in Ottawa next week, he mentioned pairing it again with Botox, which I think is also a good idea. Both times I had Botox, it was 100 cc's, and the other option is 200 cc's. So if I do the higher dose, maybe that'll be better. I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good since that appointment. It's given me some more hope in order, like I don't really want to go through with that bladder augmentation like I mentioned in a previous video or two. If I can avoid that, that'd be great. And if I can get some success, and he also mentioned that this 50% increase, or I guess decrease of symptoms is a success in interstim world, because technically that's what they consider a success. I don't think I'm at nearly 10% symptom decrease, so I'm still hopeful that it can get much better from here. So that was essentially my appointment with my doctor in Toronto. He gave me some advice, and then I had, well, before that I had my device updated. And then, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm pretty hopeful that things will go better from now on. You come back to me in like a week and I'll be like, "Bleh!" And to end this other half of the video, I also most of the time when I plan my videos, I kind of plan them weeks in advance. And maybe I should just, maybe a week. And by plan, I mean have my thoughts ready and gathered in order to talk about what I want to talk about. I try not to just kind of come up with things on the fly, because, I don't know, I'd rather just have things ready to go. Like, I write them down what I want to talk about, and sometimes I even prepare things with research or whatever, but most of the time I'm just vlogging about my life. However, I only thought about talking about this like last night or yesterday, so it's not very much, it's not even like 24 hours of time in which I had prepared my thoughts. But I think I need to address the elephant in the room. Only one person has brought up the topic that I haven't talked about yet on purpose, and it's the topic of ABDL, which is Adult Baby Diaper Lover, which I think has like a slash in between, because you don't have to be both, but it is technically a fetish. And I didn't really want to do a lot of research on it, because I think I know a little bit about it, that I can just say that you do you. I don't care. That I am a big condoner of, I don't care what you do with your life as long as you're not hurting anyone, just do it. I also, I tend to just want to have people respect each other. So I normally just treat people the way I want to be treated. So if I am respectful in my content and respectful in my words and what I say online or anywhere, which is normally how I act, I would hope that the person in return would be respectful. And that's pretty awesome, because so far from doing that with not unintentionally, but by doing that without saying those words, you guys have been really awesome and respectful and kind and supportive of one another and each other, or one another and myself. And I do the same back to you. When you come to my channel to watch videos about like my health update videos, or videos about like the information about adult bedwetting and overactive bladder, like you're probably here just to learn something or just to see what I have to say about it, which is good because that's what I want. But when you're here to watch videos about the diaper updates the diaper updates and reviews, that's fine. I mean, if that's what you want to watch, that's fine. I know that when I started this channel, the biggest concern of anyone in my family and friends group would be, what about the people who aren't really gonna support you, or either could be rude or something like that. I think what scares people the most is not knowing. I don't think it's rude to say that I don't know a lot about it and that I don't really care about it, but I think it's also good to just address that I just don't, it doesn't bother me. The views that you guys bring to the channel is good, because it's no matter what, you're still getting the information that I want to portray out there, and it'll reach someone, and it has reached so many of you in such a good way, to say that I've been sharing all these personal details about myself, that I'm putting myself out there, and you guys are receiving it and being receptive in such a positive outlook. That's the only thing I care about, and that makes me incredibly happy and just so overjoyed with the fact that I'm able to help someone the way I wish I could have been helped in video format. Like, before I started this channel, I wanted to find information about other people who bedwet and like had overactive bladder problems, but so many other places out there were more geared towards like the fetish side, and like I said, I just don't, it doesn't interest me in the least. It doesn't bother me in the least either. It doesn't like, it's not the first thing I think of when I think about my life. I'm just like, this is the way, like, some people have to, and there's fetishes about everything, of course, like I'm not gonna ignore that, but I think I just wanted to address that. It needed to be, I think, like, I don't have an opinion on it. I also don't have enough information on it to make a solid opinion on it. That's another thing. Like, if you respect each other, don't go out your way to make someone uncomfortable. Essentially, like, the rules I live by in my own life are treat people the way you want to be treated, you do you, and respect each other. Like, I don't address, like, I don't know, people in my life who are specifically there just to troll or to cause drama, and that has been going pretty well for me. I usually don't have strong opinions on anything. If I do, it's in my head and I keep it there, because someone's gonna get hurt along the way, and I don't really care enough about many subjects to show someone that I'd rather fight someone about something and gain like this self-worth to myself that I'm better than you or something like that in order to like push someone down. I'm not very competitive and I like it when people just kind of leave me alone sometimes and don't I don't know what I'm really relating this to. Like, if someone wants to talk to me about politics, go ahead and talk to me about it, but I'm not going to give you a solid example of what I think about politics, because I don't know enough about it. That being said, I know that the Prime Minister of our country is good looking, and I don't disagree with that, but I don't know enough about his tactics in life to give anyone a good example of my opinion, because it's just so useless. Like, I don't care what people think about my opinion. I don't care about what I think about my own opinion, and that's just the way I am. Like, now going back to the adult baby diaper lover thing, like, if you enjoy that aspect of your life, then keep enjoying it. Just don't kill anyone. Like, I really just would rather no one die, no one get hurt, and then we'll all be good. Okay? That topic was all over the place. I don't think I got out the words I wanted to say. Again, this is why I try to plan what I want to say ahead of time. I'm trying to come up with other things that I can say, but really just, like I said, boils down to how I live my life is like, respect each other, treat people how you want to be treated, and you do you. Like, if this is what you want to do with your life, like, I'm doing this with my life, and no one has come up to me and said you should stop doing that, and I'm happy doing it, and I'm not hurting anyone, but I'm talking about things that may be uncomfortable to other people. I really like it, and I'm glad you guys like it too. I'm very thankful all the time and appreciate everyone's support and your views and your comments and anything you guys want to share with me in emails and such. So yeah, thank you. If you respect me and my content, then I'll respect you and yours, and content in your life. Alright, I think I'm done talking. I can't think of everything I wanted to say. I had a bunch of things I wanted to say last night, which is like my eternal struggle is trying to find ways to fall asleep without playing over the videos I want to do in my head. I hopefully am going to be able to upload another video this coming Sunday. Last weekend I had family and friends over. My brother, I haven't seen him since I saw him in British Columbia in May. Now that he's living in Ontario, it's the first time I've seen him. So he came over with his family and I was really excited to see them. So I didn't feel like uploading and pushed myself to upload last weekend. But this coming weekend, I don't think there's anything going on. I do have another doctor's appointment. Obviously, I think I just mentioned it. But I see my urologist in Ottawa this coming Wednesday. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you like this video and you have anything to say, please write in the comments. I read everyone's comments. I try to respond to as many as I can. But y'all don't sometimes comment back, so I never know what's going on. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye!